Tired of the same old pizza shops and restaurants? Come bring the whole family for an experience unlike any other. Where else can the kids sail on one of 2 pirate ships and play with SpongeBob or Elmo in our 6,000 square foot family fun center while enjoying the area's best pizza, pasta, cheesesteaks, hoagies, salads, and much more from our huge menu? We pride ourselves in making everything from scratch and using only the finest ingredients. Book your birthday party or rent our banquet room that seats up to 50 people. Come try the boardwalk, where we bring the beach to Pottstown.
Meet Dan and his dog Bongo. They started their own dog biscuit company, but Dan wanted more. So Dan worked with Fast Signs. They created a plan to attract more customers, get more business, wag more tails. Still, Dan wanted more, and Fast Signs provided more. Fast Signs help with digital displays, mobile marketing, merchandising, fleet graphics, and more. Now Dan has more sales, more locations, more of the good life. And more is exactly what Fast Signs delivers. More than fast, more than signs, more than 530 locations worldwide.
Try not to forget that he's my whole world, not just another kid with a cough.
Explain things in terms I can understand, like I do with my customers.
At our age, we confuse rather easily.
Hey, give me some credit. I'm doing the asthma action plan and rocking a 3.5 GPA.
Patients expect more from their healthcare experience. PMSI gets that. We give you the quality, compassionate healthcare that you expect and deserve. PMSI, for life.
For over 50 years, O'Donnell, Weiss & Mattei has helped our clients resolve a wide variety of legal challenges. OWM Law provides legal representation to clients throughout southeastern Pennsylvania. Our attorneys and our highly trained support staff utilize the latest technology and resources available to satisfy the needs of our clients. O'Donnell, Weiss & Mattei, delivering the highest level of professional service. Conveniently located with offices in Pottstown and Phoenixville.
Give me a 1. Give me a 2. Give me a 3. It's PAC10 on PCTV. Credo, 1, 2.
Stewart going deep. Has a man out there and has a touchdown. Stewart, does he want to throw? Does he want to run? He runs, hurdles over one man, and gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Returnable. Oh, good return by Mitchell. Mitchell with a nice cutback. And Mitchell is going to take it all the way. Unbelievable. That's going to be Brennan. Brennan with a touchdown, Pottsgrove. Oh, there goes Dukes, breaking into the secondary, heading down the sidelines. Dukes being chased, they're not going to get a touchdown. Hudgens, and that time Springford's there, but it doesn't matter. Hudgens gets free and scores a touchdown. From Pottsgrove High School, the PCTV Network proudly presents PAC10 high school football action. It is Pottsgrove and Perkiomen Valley. Hello, everybody. I'm Al Ganoza, joined by my partner, Bernie Gallagher. Bernie, this is a big game tonight. In fact, this day has been circled on a lot of calendars for most of the season.
It is the marquee matchup, perhaps, of the year. PAC10 Super Bowl Part 2. You win the night, you clinch a share of the PAC10 title. Now for the breakdown. First, we'll look at the visiting team, the Vikings of Perkiomen Valley. Led by their head coach, Scott Reed, he has done a sensational job with cutting-edge offense, outside-the-box, literally defense. And you look at their performance this year, they played even PW, their only loss, one of the top teams in the state, lost in the last few seconds. Offensively, their attack is spearheaded by Rashawn Stewart, a.k.a. The Rock. This kid has put up prodigious numbers, 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards passing. Defensively, they play that atypical 3-5, which means there are 5 linebackers. However, they blitz 2 linebackers on almost every play, the equivalent of a run blitz, the scheme designed to blow the play up at the line of scrimmage before it even gets started. Their pass defense, a no-fly zone, led by the electric Martise Ray. And then finally, I think the key for them twofold, alignment and assignment football against Pottsgrove's option and red zone efficiency. You want to win a Pac-10 title, you get the football inside the 20, you better come away with some points.
I had somebody say to me a couple days ago, why does it seem like Coach Pennypacker always seems to get the big games at home? He was right. They play very well at home here.
Yeah, the formula seems to be if you're undefeated and you're not Pottsgrove, you have to come here to win the title. But nonetheless, no one plays better at home than Pottsgrove. And Rick Pennypacker has done a marvelous job. Again, they're 8-0, number 3 in the state. This is a football team that is fundamentally sound, and they play with a lot of emotion. Offensively, who's driving this bus? Clearly, Torrey Hudgens, the quarterback. He understands one of the basic principles in football. Take what they give you, and he is the epitome of option football. Injury bug, a little bit of a concern. Center Zach Birch, tight end Jeff Adams, listed as game time decisions. Nonetheless, a lot of the weight of tonight's performance will fall on the broad shoulders of All-State right tackle Madison O'Connor. He is large and in charge. And then the key for Pottsgrove, the big three. Turnovers, special teams, and penalties. So often the Falcons outperform their opponents in all 3 categories, which equates to a lot of W's, which turns into a lot of titles. Al, there is a playoff buzz in the air. It is showtime.
All right, and we will have your opening kickoff coming up right after this.
Are you tired of looking at that dark and dingy car you're driving? For over 50 years, Rocket Car Wash, with its expert care and technology, has cleaned thousands of cars. We'll help restore the luster and brilliance of your car with special attention to the fine details often missed elsewhere. We'll also offer hard-to-find accessories for your convenience. Let the folks at Rocket Car Wash give your car new life with a shine that will have it looking just like it came off the showroom floor. Rocket Car Wash, West High Street, Pottstown.
Mishak Physical Therapy and Associates has a state-of-the-art, warm water, chemical-free aquatic therapy pool to decrease your pain and improve your function. Our pool uses an ionizing system with no chlorine, bromine, or other substances that may irritate the skin. Studies show that aquatic therapy can decrease pain faster, increase cardiovascular stamina, and improve muscle strength and flexibility. Mishak combines hands-on treatment with aquatic therapy to give you the best opportunity to recover. We serve patients of all ages with flexible hours and individual programs. Mishak Physical Therapy. We are here to serve you.
None of that matters, because I was going to beat the crap out of the champions that attacked my girl. And now here I am. I'm feeling stronger, my hair's growing back, and best of all, I'm cancer-free. There are 5 reasons why I was able to beat breast cancer. 1, my faith in God. 2, my medical team at the PAC10 Cancer Center. 3, my family. 4, my amazing friends, neighbors, co-workers, current and former marketing grant students, and church members. And 5, because of $1. Many years ago, someone donated $1 to the American Cancer Society, and that $1 was used for the research that led to the type of therapy I received, or perhaps that $1 was used to develop the surgical procedures that Dr. Baird used during my surgery, Or maybe that $1 was used to purchase the computer program that controlled the radiation machine while I lay on the table. And that one person that donated that $1 saved my life. And we're all on board with commercials for breast cancer awareness and the fundraiser for the Midnight Light. But every dollar to the American Cancer Society is saving someone's life, someone like me. So when you're asking to put the ACS, please know that their dollar is a better dollar to do it. I want to say thank you to the person who gave that $1 so many years ago. Maybe it's $2. So ladies, go out there and get your mammogram. There's no excuse. It's a thrill and an honor to be here tonight. Thanks for listening, and let's go grow!
We did it already. We know what the game situation is important to this, okay? You won the toss and you elected to be the first. I'm going to give that signal right now, okay? Right here. For her. Which means you're going to receive and you're going to defend that goal over there, right? Let's go back there. Let's come over here. And we're going to go one here. Here. Gentlemen, shake, bring them out. Let's go.
So Perk Valley won the toss. They deferred. Pottsgrove will get the ball back first. We're going to get the national anthem right now. And we will have the opening kickoff promise coming up right after this.
Zimmer's Pets, 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 Zimmer's Pets.
Shop!
Cotillo's Restaurant is located in the beautiful village of Sanatoga, just east of Pottstown. Cotillo's Restaurant offers lunch, dinner, and takeout Tuesday through Sunday. Cotillo's offers off-premise catering and corporate delivery, as well as our beautiful banquet facilities. The Creekside Lounge is open 6 days a week and features entertainment and good times. Cotillo's Restaurant, relaxed dining with a view.
And a very nice crowd on hand. Once again, it's jacket-optional weather for a Friday night football game. As far as I can remember, we've only had really one chilly or cold night.
Global warming, but Hurricane Sandy and some cool air on the way. We'll talk more about that during the broadcast. These two teams have played 26 times. Pottsgrove owns a 20-6 advantage. All that action in the PAC10. Pottsgrove has a 4-game winning streak against Perk Valley. Coach against coach, Pennypacker versus Reed. Coach Pennypacker owns a 7-1 advantage.
So Pottsgrove wearing the pink in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Very moving ceremony out with breast cancer survivors at the 50-yard line sharing their personal testimony with the crowd. I want to thank Gary Dorenzo, the athletic director, making us feel very welcome. And again, it's coming down neck and neck. Hospitality Award, Upper Perk, Boyertown, Pottsgrove. Pottsgrove might be edging into the lead here.
Yeah, they always take care of us nicely. Deep kickoff. And a return by Jalen Mays. I'm sorry, Quadir Miller. And Quadir Miller. Good return up close to the 40-yard line. Good start for the men in pink.
Q Miller, one of the most underrated players in the league, number 8 in a pink. Normally maroon uniform, and Q Miller, a.k.a. the Hitman, can also play some ferocious defense as well. Now, the average fan at home, I'm talking about it in the pregame, Perk Valley plays a 3-5. You got 3 down linemen and 5 linebackers, but if you watch the 5 linebackers, you'll often see them blitz.
Legends will keep it, try to turn the quarter. Nice cutback. Still going. And Hudgens broke a couple of tackles. Looked like he almost dropped the football. Gets up to the 47-yard line.
Well, they blitzed all 5 linebackers on first down to warm things up on the evening. He's a quarterback that plays like a fullback, and he's got the presence of a coach on the field, and he holds on to the football. This kid hardly ever fumbles. If he continues to produce and they have another playoff run, you could easily see Torrey Hudgens make the All-State team.
Gain of almost 9 yards on first down, up around the 47. It's going to be Mark Dukes. Spins and just gets the first down by about a half a yard. So Pottsgrove will move the chains as Rasan Stewart in on the tackle, along with number 54, Michael Reiner.
Dukes 1,000 yards plus a year ago. Of course, they won the district title without Dukes. He suffered a broken ankle late in the season. This year, he's on pace for 1,500. Now, you literally have 2 tailbacks. You have a bruising tailback in Hudgens, a more slashing style, and then you got the shake and bake of Dukes. They complement each other very well.
1st and 10 at their own 49. It is going to be Dukes right side this time. Decent hole over right guard, and he's carrying tacklers down close to another first down.
Well, there you go. It's smash mouth football, number 78. He's wearing a new number tonight. The right tackle right there in your screen, Madison O'Connor. As usual, he is just driving people 5 yards downfield. Dukes with the yards after contact. Right here in the bottom part, number 78, right tackle for Pottsgrove, 6'6", 335.
Anthony Picella finally brought him down with a little help from Rotunda. But again, first down Pottsgrove. Hudgens going to keep it. Hudgens taken down high at a nice tackle by Martise Ray. After a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards.
Martise Ray is such a great open field tackler, number 4 for Perk Valley, and he's tied with Q Mitchell, by the way, for coolest name in the league. So we might have to decide on that tonight. But Martise Ray, the 6 defensive backs for both teams in the game tonight is like a 4x100 meter sprint team. Amazing speed on the field for a high school game.
2nd down and 7, and Dukes gets some surge from his offensive line and scratches out a couple more yards.
So much to be decided. The winner of tonight's game will clinch a share of the Pac-10 title, yet there's a lot more football to be played. Another game circled on the calendar all year. Next week, Perk Valley, Springford, and then, of course, Pottsgrove, Phoenixville. For some reason, Phoenixville always seems to play Pottsgrove tough.
3rd down and a short 5 for the Falcons. Dukes will push it right up the middle, and from where they're spotting him, looks like he's about a yard shy of his first down.
And I think obviously you got to go for it here. You don't want to punt. It's a 49-yard field goal, although John Klinger, the kicker for Pottsgrove, can kick a field goal of that distance. But here you go, the first pivotal moment in this football game, 4th and a yard.
And you can hear the locals on the near side hooting and hollering as the backs are in the eye. It is going to be Dukes. Gets it easily and almost breaks free at the line of scrimmage. One of the men in on the tackle is Kean McKnight. Looked like Rasan Stewart was near it as well. But Pottsgrove moves the chains yet again.
We have seen some fantastic games between these two teams. 2004, the double overtime. 2008, you and I did the game 32-29. Pottsgrove was down 29-26 on 4th down. Time running out. 4th down, 1 play for the Pac-10 title. A 50-yard touchdown pass from Terrell Chestnut to do a little trivia after this play.
Dukes again through a big hole and inside the 15-yard line.
And why not run behind Madison O'Connor, number 78. Zach Birch, the center, having an all-conference kind of season. And Dukes, again, so effortless. Al, getting back to that trivia, who was the recipient of that Terrell Chestnut pass that won the Pac-10 title on 4th down. I'll give you a hint. His brother is playing in the game tonight.
I'll say Micah Polamalu then.
Micah Polamalu. Very good, Al.
I wouldn't have got without the hint. I got to confess.
Senny himself having an all-conference year on defense for the Falcons.
It is Dukes again. He has gotten some good holes, gets another one here as he gets down close to the 11-yard line, another chunk of 4 yards.
Well, red zone efficiency, which was one of the elements we talked about in the opening. Good football teams, you get inside the 20, you better come up with some points. Pottsgrove now, again, with an outstanding kicker in John Klinger, but they're looking for a 6-pointer here. This is exactly what Scott Reed did not want, taking a lot of time off the clock. He's a hurry-up, no-huddle offense. They want to get 70 to 80 plays tonight, but you got to stop Pottsgrove.
Out of the shotgun, the ball is on the ground. Perk Valley says they have it. Referees are saying it's Pottsgrove ball.
Wow, it almost looked like simultaneous possession, which would be awarded to the offense, but they were a hair away from a red zone turnover. Coach Pennypacker there's one hat throw, okay?
Uh-oh.
The over-under on the hat throws tonight down to 4. We've got 1.
Pottsgrove got the ball back, but they lose 2 yards. Out of the shotgun again. Hudgens has a man in the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. That is Adams. Jeff Adams was wide open.
Well, they have not asked Torrey Hudgens to throw much, but when you have a talented basketball-type athlete at tight end like Jeff Adams, why not get him the football? There was not manageable down and distance, a little bit of a breakdown in the secondary coverage for Perk Valley, and now we'll see Michaels, the holder, and what is hopefully a much improved extra point team.
Klinger's kick looks good, and it is good.
Adams, one of the most underrated players in the league. He was inserted into a playoff game last year as a sophomore, if you remember. He responded with 11 tackles, and that's a complete breakdown. That's Rashawn Stewart, the best safety in the league, getting a little nosy on the football. Hudgens does well. He gets a pre-snap recognition. He reads the coverage. The slant pattern was not there. Good combination. See, what Pottsgrove does is they give you so many different looks, but in their scheme, in their spread offense, they're very accustomed to short gun, 4 wide, 5 wide, the goal being to spread you out and put athletes in space. Now comes the interesting part. The chink in the armor. And I'm surprised that Michael Fowler is kicking off. You have a soccer player who last week kicked it down to the 3-yard line. Now you got to wonder if Klinger's hurt. But their kickoff coverage team has been horrendous all year.
It is high, though. And good coverage. On the return. And Perk Valley, not great starting points. That was Jamie Biddle on the return. Oh, I'm sorry, Devon Mitchell.
How you doing? Now we're going to do a little up close and personal. We get the call on the field, and Pottsgrove with good coverage that time on the kickoff team.
Holding on the return team, the kicking team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Come on, baby!
Now they really have lousy field position. But at least they don't have a tough defense to go against.
The number 1 rated defense in the area. They allow only 8 points per game.
Stewart, oh my. Threw it into one brown shirt and about 6 pink shirts, and somehow that ball hit the ground.
An inauspicious start for number 11. He is, in the opinion of many, at this point in the season, a lot of football left to be played, he is the league MVP. He doesn't come off the field. He's the best safety in the league, and he has 2,000 yards of offense.
Late pitch to Bonomo. And it looked like Brendan into the tackle along with Adams.
But now we're going to do an up-close and personal on one player from each team. John Klinger, the kicker for Pottsgrove, and for Perk Valley, it would be Rashawn Stewart, the quarterback, who again, no huddle, hurry up, spread offense.
Stewart rolls, fires deep, underthrown, but now the receiver comes back to it. It is Clay Dominy. And it's a big gain of the first down for Perk Valley.
Well, it's a good combination. You got arguably the best throwing quarterback in the league. Some people from Springford and Pottstown might dispute that, but you have the #1 wide receiver in the league in Dominy. Why not chuck it up and let him go up and get it?
Here's Bonomo. Bonomo down the sidelines. Being chased by Mays and finally taken down.
Extraordinary job by the offensive line. I did not know Bonomo was this fast. Jalen Mays is a 100-meter burner, and he is going stride for stride with Bonomo. Amazing.
First down about the 16-yard line. Bonomo runs into a pile, breaks free, and gets a big chunk of yardage down to the 10-yard line.
Bonomo coming into tonight's game over 700 yards rushing and 6 touchdowns. He shares the football a lot with number 11, who has 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards passing.
Here's Stewart, Rashawn Stewart. Cuts inside, taken down by Adams, getting up off the pile.
Rashawn Stewart, number 11, the Rock as they call them, had a chance to communicate with him this week. He's interested in Boston College, Pitt, and Rutgers, looking at majoring in business and engineering, and he also plays a little basketball. His grade point average, he's an honor student with a GPA well over 3.0. Favorite subject, same as you, Al, English.
First and goal about the 6-yard line. Stewart's found a little bit of a crease off right guard, and he scratches out 2 yards.
Both of these football teams averaging ridiculous numbers in points per game. Pottsgrove averaging almost 50 points per game, and Perk Valley not far behind them.
Vikes go with the no huddle. Stewart's going to keep it. Stewart hurdles over one tackler, spins, and has a touchdown. What a move by number 11.
There are some things you cannot teach. He's only a junior. He's blessed. Look at that Emmett Smith spin move at the goal line. His awareness of the goal line, just amazing. And now in for the kick, number 19.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine.
And Dominy had been kicking, but we may have another soccer player recruit.
He's not in our program, folks, or I'd say his name. But it's good, and Perk Valley answers Pottsgrove's drive with a nice one of their own. We're tied.
If you've been injured at work, if you've been injured in a car accident, if you're having problems with your neck, your low back, you're having migraine headaches, if you're suffering, you need to see us first. We can help.
Thank you.
Now, by my calculation, 87-yard drive, and Brian Astheimer said the big play there, 51-yard run by Bonomo. And another big play was that pass to Dominy. Bernie, did you get the name of the kicker?
Yeah, we're working on that. We should have it shortly.
Ball just floating down there a long time. My goodness. And Pottsgrove lucky to come away with possession.
Got the name of the kicker for Perk Valley, number 19, Brett Davis, with a nice job. And boy, you talk about responding to adversity. You know, they're pinned deep, bad kickoff return, the penalty, the big pass play, of course, to Domini, and then the enormous run by Bonomo. Now Pottsgrove pinned back at their 14. See how champions respond. This is like body punching each other, punch, counter punch.
Pottsgrove had a little problem churning out yards the first time. And this is Dukes, and head over heels as he gets up to the 18-yard line.
You can see we got a submarine tackle, takes out the lower legs, and Dukes does a complete 360. Dukes very exciting. His uncle, Kenny Ivory, a standing tight end on the championship team of 2000.
I remember him. It's going to be Dukes again left side. And he scratches out another couple of yards. '72 getting credit for the tackle, Jared Hark for Perk Valley.
Nice to hear the booming voice of Coach Tom Bailey.
Yes.
Resonating through this stadium. Tom Bailey, one of the top 10 most interesting men in the press box. You're top 7, easy, Al.
Thank you. You're number 1 in my book, Bern. A third down, about 4. Perk Valley stopped Dukes. Late flag coming in.
Boy, he fired that flag right into the pile.
Yes, he did.
There was, of course, a professional player a few years ago got one of those flags right in the eye.
Yeah. Holding. And one would assume that Perk Valley would decline that. That would be a kicking situation, judging by where they spot it. Now they're going to take the yardage.
Offense. 10-yard penalty, third down.
I have to talk to my buddy Dave Rominski, the guru of refs in this area. And we're going to hear the cheerleaders in a second.
Need to get to the 5 for a first down. Third down.
Third down, about 13. Interesting call as to why they declined the penalty unless they did get the yardage for the first down. I didn't think they did. Here goes Dukes. Dukes taking a nice open field tackle by Danny Light. Will force Pottsgrove to punt.
Just to finish that thought, the previous play, the official fired the flag right into the pile. There was a lawsuit because of the permanent damage done to an NFL player's eye when he was hit by a flag. So you got to be careful with that. We'll check with Dave Rominski. Boy, the cheerleaders out here 2 hours early, the band, both sides doing a tremendous job. And we want to thank the PTA for the Hospitality Award for greatest volume and quality of food.
Yes. Fowler with a high kick. And a good return by the Vikes. Will set them up inside Pottsgrove territory, inside the 40-yard line.
Nobody covers Pac-10 football like the Mercury. Whether you want award-winning coverage and helmet-crunching pictures or comprehensive insight, stats and standings, we tackle it all. Look for game day preview coverage every Friday, results every Saturday, and a look back at the weekend every Tuesday with me, Mercury Sports Editor Don Sealy. We keep you ahead of the pack.
For home delivery, call 610-970-4500.
Stewart on a first down pass, went down the sidelines. Good coverage by Pottsgrove, and the pass is incomplete. Second down and 10. And again, the Vikes go on no huddle. Stewart's going to keep it. Stewart pulled down right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made looked like by number 70, Anthony Campanaro. I'm sorry, 70 for the Falcons, Patrick Finn. Patrick Finn.
Rashawn "The Rock" Stewart. Favorite food, cheeseburgers. Favorite movie, Friday Night Lights. Favorite pro team, the Saints.
Whoa. Stewart setting up the screen. Bonomo will make one person miss, makes two people miss. Down the sideline. Bonomo is going to take it in. Determined run.
There are no flags. Amazing. The first guy never gets him, number 33, Bonomo. In this case, the second guy. The third guy, he's got some moves as well. He tight ropes that sideline, and this offensive line just does not get enough credit as Brett Davis comes on to kick the extra point.
Boy, Domity, I think, got the block that sprung him free down the sideline, just sealed off the defender. And Brett Davis with the extra points.
Davis kicked that ball halfway to Boyertown, our ground level camera. Great call by Coach Reed. He's such a wide open mentality, an influence from Westchester where he played under Rick Daniels, captain at Westchester. And man, this offensive line, Seth Jonathan, Robbie Thacker, Austin Gantz, Bobby Gallus, and Jeff Moyer do a splendid job getting downfield and letting a guy like Bonomo, one of the top running backs in the Pac-10, do his thing. And it's nothing but a vapor trail up that right sideline.
Yeah, Domity actually screened two guys off.
A lot of people all week out, do you think Perk Valley can hang with them? Yeah, they can hang with them. And this is why. You have a multi-dimensional quarterback, and you have a bruising running back, Bonomo, a little bit of a diminutive player, but nonetheless shows surprising speed.
Yeah. Has Pottsgrove trailed this year yet?
Pottsgrove was losing at halftime to Methacton.
Oh, that's right.
That surprised a lot of people, but Coach Pennypacker had a few choice words at halftime.
And that was on the road.
And then last week, you and I did the game. Pottstown had an early lead on Pottsgrove with that 90-yard kickoff return.
Q Miller, a nice tackle there by Karan Holland, and Pottsgrove again with lousy field position.
Yeah, and it's not Q Miller's fault. He obviously is an electric football player. He stays on the field, offense and defense, but a little bit of a breakdown in the blocking scheme. I mentioned the big three. Special teams going to be a big part of this game, cause and effect. It's a game of field position. Don Shula, one of the greatest coaches ever, told us that, and you're starting on your own 18-yard line.
Falcons will go out of the shotgun. Getting late in the first quarter. Wake Dukes on a little jet sweep. Taken down by Stewart. Was the ball loose?
There's only one defense in the league that would prevent this from being a big play, and it's Perk Valley. And the reason is you've got a guy like number 11 who is arguably the fastest player in the league, Rashawn Stewart. Al, he's not one of those pretty safeties who just likes to sit back in center field. He loves to come up and be Captain Crunch and lay the lead on you.
Gain of about 6 yards, but Bernie's right. Without the speed there on defense, that's 6 points. Hudgens will keep it, try to find a hole in the right side, and does drag tacklers. Taken down by Anthony Pacella, and also saw Luke DLC in there.
Al, football is an amazing chess game with human pieces. What's going on right now is incredible. The average fan does not understand. Perk Valley is stemming. That means prior to the snap of the football, the defensive line are changing alignments horizontally, and the linebackers are swapping, and Pottsgrove, with their multiple scheme offense, they'll put almost any defense on their heels.
See if they snap it before the end of the quarter. They do. They're going to give Brennan a crack at it. Brennan stood up right as he gets to the left side of the line of scrimmage. And folks, that'll do it for the first period. Perk Valley gave up 7 first, then score 14 of their own.
Nothing could be finer than eating at the new VIP Diner. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, or a midnight snack, the food and service at the new VIP Diner will have you coming back. Now that's my story, and that's a fact. The new VIP Diner is definitely back.
Because you have better things to do than to wait hours in an ER waiting room. PMMC will have you initially seen by a clinical professional in 30 minutes or less. Now, with average wait times online or on your smartphone. And to add peace of mind, our doctors and highly trained staff are backed by a full range of diagnostic capabilities to care for both big and small emergencies. Get faster quality care. PMMC ER Service Pledge with posted average wait times. Learn more at pottstownmemorial.com.
You know, high school football would not be the same without the fans. They just add that energy. One goes with the other. Hudgens will keep it. Perk Valley's defense again comes up strong. And will force Pottsgrove at a third down at about 7.
A lot at stake for Perk Valley besides gaining a share of the title with a win. If they win, they're in District 1 Class 4A playoff. Right now, they're sitting at that 10 seed. Springford at the 9 seed, and the top 8 teams get a home game in the first round of playoff. And next week, wouldn't you know it, and we'll be there, Springford and Perk Valley. What a game that'll be.
Hudgens wants to toss it out in the flat. It is caught. Looks like Adams, but Perk Valley has stopped them shy of the first down.
Well, that's fundamental football 101. You got to know where the marker is. The quarterback out there, the tight end did a little stop route out there, but you've got to be aware. You actually do drills in practice I used to do with my receivers to make sure that if you're going to run that little stop route, you got to get 2 yards past the marker, then turn around because you might have to come back to the football.
Stewart with nice coverage. He did not give Adams an inch after the catch and held on for reserves.
Perk Valley with a dangerous return man, number 20, Dakota Clanagan. Fowler outkicked his coverage last time.
Gets a high one and will take a Perk Valley bounce. And again, the Vikes, great starting position at their own 42. They lead by 7. And a big loss here as Kean McKnight got stuffed. Stewart's going to try to do something positive this time, but he cannot get back to the original line of scrimmage. Play number 54 and Zach Birch on the hit. Stewart, wow. Stewart.
Oh boy, this would be very unfortunate. It doesn't look like a cramp. You can only hope it's a cramp. You got arguably the top player in the league. He's down and he is writhing in pain.
Oh, I hate to see that.
One more look at the replay. You can see bodies flying from all directions. And a lot of times, if you've ever played this sport, an ankle and knee gets twisted sideways. He's a tough kid, though. He's up.
Wow. You know, that's good. That's good to see. I don't care who you root for. Hate to see anybody get hurt. Man, if he sprained his knee and he popped up like that, he's a tougher man than I am.
A lot of times you could get a bone bruise on the outside of a knee. A helmet will crash off what's called the epicondyle. You knew that.
Oh, I did.
But he's over there, and that's going to attract a little bit of the attention of Scott Reed and the trainer. Now Clanagan, an excellent backup quarterback.
He's going to hand it to Bonomo. Bonomo again breaking more tackles. Inside Pottsgrove territory and is close to the first down.
Again, a marvelous job by the offensive line. Bonomo, the quintessential slasher, bruiser, and he's got that little extra gear, that in-between gear, to go from 0 to 60.
Burke Valley, 129 total yards. Pottsgrove with 87. And a big third down conversion there with their starting quarterback on the sidelines.
How about this backup quarterback? His completion percentage is over 80% on passing.
He's going to give it to Bonomo again. This time Pottsgrove's defense is there. Number 70 is Patrick Finn. Somebody lost the helmet. That's Bonomo.
Stewart went down with a shoulder injury earlier in the year, and all Clanagan did was come in, number 20, who's their punt returner, and an outstanding slot receiver. He came in, he completed his first 12 passes. Not bad for your first game at quarterback.
No. Hey, and at least he's been playing, so it's not like he's on the sidelines cold.
They're going to call a timeout on the field.
So Burke Valley spends a timeout. They have a 7-point lead. You're watching PAC10 football on the PCTV Network.
I want a professional heating company with heating and cooling service plans.
A company that considers my needs.
I want the security of price protection plans.
Along with 24-hour emergency service and heating oil delivery.
I want comfort.
I want Ollard Brothers.
Ollard Brothers, still family and still local. Ask about our America-friendly and environment-friendly agri-fuels, bioheat, and biodiesel.
When it comes to heating
and the environment,
there's only one choice.
Thanks, Ollard Brothers.
Hey, there we go. Hey, Gus, that's Matt Wagner on camera. Dave Oxenford over there.
I'm the bald guy. That's
Bernie.
the ABC anchor, Al Ganoza.
Wow. I should have brushed my teeth. I didn't know he was going to be that close. Clanagan on a little bit of a draw. Gets just inside the 40-yard line, taken down by Adams.
Stewart will re-enter the game, Al.
Wow.
That's good news for Viking fans. Al, depending so many scenarios, I sat down and figured out about 6 different scenarios of how the Pac-10 title could be decided this year. If Burke Valley holds on and wins this game, but then loses next week to Springford, you could have the second ever 3-way tie for the Pac-10 title.
Yeah. Stewart, little hitch and go, fires over the middle, incomplete. The ball was tipped. And that will bring up 4th down.
What a matchup at the wide receiver. So many little matchups in this game. The best wide receiver in the league, Domini, is being covered by the best lockdown corner in the league, Fowler.
Stewart's going to keep it. Stewart will not get the first down. Pottsgrove holds. Big stand by the Falcon defense. At least I think they've stopped him. Yeah. Yep. Man, that could be a momentum changer.
This defense has opened a lot of eyes around the league. They are number 1 ranked, only give up 8 points per game. Some of those points were charity points, more or less garbage points late in some blowout. Pottsgrove's element on defense, one thing, speed.
Yep.
And speed kills.
Burke Valley shifting. Dukes. Oh, it's not Dukes.
That was Brennan.
That's Brennan. Just gets through a hole, gets into the secondary, and on his second carry of the game, gets 4 yards.
Talking to Scott Reed this week, the problem when you face Pottsgrove's offense, first of all, they're a spread option offense by category, but they scheme. They have 6 different schemes that they throw at you. Right now, you got a pro I. So who knows what they're going to run out of it? It could be option. It could be trap. It could be power.
Dukes, nice hole, first down, nudges the ball just inside of Burke Valley territory. Mike Ryder on the tackle.
Yeah, one of the elements through the years of Pottsgrove football was just tailback you, with Thaxton and Steinmetz and Carter, Polamalu, all those great tailbacks, they just line up, double down, kick out, smash mouth football. But when Terrell Chestnut arrived in 9th grade, everything changed. And it's a real credit to adapt to your talent.
Hudgens wants to pass. Has a man open. It is Brennan. Skips past Stewart for an extra couple of yards. First down, Pottsgrove at the 32.
And that's just old school waggle bootleg. It's a wing T principle, more or less. You sneak the fullback out of the backfield. A brilliant call by the Pottsgrove. And by the way, Terrell Chestnut is here at the game. I've been trying to get him up in the booth, but you may see, if you look on the sidelines, look for either a West Virginia jersey or a number 10 in maroon.
Hudgens trying to turn the corner, being chased by McKnight and Stewart. And Stewart with a big hit to knock him down, but it's another Pottsgrove first down. Stewart limping again.
You just don't realize how fast number 5 is. He's so fluid, and he's gained considerable muscle mass. Momentum equals mass times velocity. He will run through an arm tackle. I analyzed so many different categories of matchups coming into this game. Arm tackling could decide the game. You have such tremendous athletes out there. You better drop your center of gravity, drop those hips, keep your eye on his number, don't get distracted.
Comes Hudgens left side. Hudgens trying to get to the corner. Hudgens down inside the 5. They're saying he's out at the 2.
Just ridiculous success. Again, a real credit to the offensive line for Pottsgrove, but we've seen it for so many years now. Hudgens thrown into the fire as a sophomore when the aforementioned Chestnut went down with an injury, and this kid has, last year, for example, 1,500 yards rushing, 30 touchdowns from your quarterback. Those are all state numbers.
Hudgens will hand, looks like Dukes. Don't see a signal yet. Now we have a signal. Touchdown, Pottsgrove. Man, that was a late signal.
Check out this offensive line. They just keep chopping wood. Zach Birch, Tom Safakis, Patrick Finn, Anthony Pond, Madison O'Connor, Jeff Adams, and Henry Miller switch in at tight end. It used to be known as tailback U. Pretty soon they're going to start calling it O-line U. They had arguably the greatest offensive line in Pac-10 history the last few years. And an ugly but efficient extra point.
Yeah, ties it up. So the Falcons, with a big stand on defense, quickly march it down and score to tie it up at 14. Up in the box. Who's got that shot?
The Falcons' nest.
Good crowd up here. Pottsgrove goes 60 yards, I think. Big 2 rushes for 34 yards by Hudgens.
Our personal, up close and personal on the Pottsgrove side is John Klinger, the kicker. What a line in his family between Justin, Jordan, Josh Klinger. Coach Pennypacker loves that family. This is the 4th kicker, and he's a good one they provided for the Falcons.
Here's McKnight. McKnight with a good head of steam. Looked like he was taken down high by Montel Young.
Good weather for a high school football game. Of course, the big Hurricane Sandy arriving Monday or Tuesday. Al, my question to you is, why are all these hurricanes named after your ex-girlfriends?
Because they've all done damage, Bernie.
Good one.
Thank you, sir. Stewart's going to keep it. Wow. Taken down by Riley Michaels.
Man,
Nice
oh man,
play.
we just talked about the Klinger family. How about the Michaels family providing stud athletes year after year? I think Coach Pennypacker ought to have a little, take them out to local, like place to eat and or lunch, have the Klinger family and the Michaels family.
Yep.
That could be a party of 25.
Seems like an ever-ending supply of Michaels coming through. Stewart setting up the screen. And this time Pottsgrove is there for it. Bonomo hadn't ever had a shot, really.
It's called swarming defense. They have a burning desire to run to the football. How do you try to stop a defense when they're this fast? You try to run fake reverses and throwback screens and bootlegs and anything to slow them down a little bit, but they overcome a lot of that with their speed.
Michaels and Birch on the hit. Stewart throws it deep, just a bit underthrown, had a man out there. He wanted Clanagan at the Pottsgrove 45, and Perk Valley will punt. It's going to be 3 and out.
Would have been a splendid catch, but we have seen Clanagan make catches like that. Getting back to the up close and personal on John Klinger, his favorite subject is math. Favorite team, the Eagles, that's a little more like it. And his role model in life, grandfather Klinger, who passed away recently, he was a minister who always came with positive energy, a very positive and kind person.
Davis's punt. He is fielded nicely by, is that Dukes? Or Quadier Miller? Anyway, they fielded it, and that saves some yards in the roll. Tied at 14.
Just down the street, there's a hardware store with great tools, products,
and expert advice.
We've got everything you need.
Because we know the community.
And we know our customers.
So next time you have a home improvement project,
drop by
your local True Value hardware store. True Value.
Start right.
Start here.
Your True Value expert is A.D. Moyer in Gilbertsville and Pottstown. On the web at admoyer.com.
First down pass, bomb to Michael Fowler on play action. It was all the way down to the 10-yard line.
What a matchup. Kean McKnight on Fowler, and Hudgens throws it out there beautifully. Fowler, a 100-meter guy, and McKnight does well to run him down, but now you've got first and goal on the 10-yard line. Double tight end.
Out of the shotgun. Hudgens wants to keep it inside the 10, inside the 5, dragging tacklers down to the 1.
Man, oh man, with that offensive line getting off the ball, Brennan, the bruiser, leading the way. Hudgens like a freight train down, especially in that red zone.
That second touchdown by Perk Valley might have woken up the Falcons. They've been inspired ever since. Hudgens on the sneak. Hudgens into the end zone rather easily. For the third touchdown of the game for the Falcons. That drive was way too easy.
And now extra points could decide a Pac-10 title. This team has worked diligently in practice on this. Michael's a solid holder. He had a bad snap on the first one, but you could easily lose a game like this by 1 point if you don't hit every extra point.
And that looks good. Klinger does it again. Pottsgrove, believe it or not, 3 for 3 on extra points.
If you've been injured at work, if you've been injured in a car accident, you're having problems with your neck, your low back, you're having migraine headaches, If you're suffering, you need to see us first. We can help.
And Pottsgrove to kick off.
Now we got an interesting bit of information. Crosstown, of course, we all are still grieving the loss of the great Chump Pollock. The Pottstown football team will wear a black sticker on their helmet that will say one word, Chump, for the rest of the season.
Nice. Kickoff goes out of bounds. Will come up to the 35-yard line. Heads-up play there by Coran Holland, who didn't try to catch it and step out of bounds.
So again, the injury to Stewart seemed to slow Perk Valley's energy down a little bit. They're not getting, if Scott Reed likes to get 70 to 80 plays per game, he's not on pace to get that. I saw the no huddle by St. Joe Prep, the #1 4A team in the state. They get off 80+ plays a game. Because Pottsgrove offense sustains these drives normally, they keep your offense. If you can keep Perk Valley down to 50 to 60 plays, you probably win the football game.
Ever since Pottsgrove stopped Perk Valley in that 4th down and 3, it's been all Falcons. Well, here's Bonomo, spun around as he gets up to the 45-yard line. It's close to a 1st down.
Yeah, they're going to have to tighten that defense up a little bit. Pottstown exposed some chinks in the armor a week ago, put 20 points on the board in that lightning-delayed game. But I'm watching the Archbishop Wood, a possible state playoff candidate. They have an enormous offensive line. Pottsgrove's going to need a little more D-line penetration.
Oh, man, did that ball hang up there for an eternity. I don't know who the intended receiver was that got tipped at the line. And Perk Valley lucky to get that one back.
And you got 3 cats back there, and Jalen Mays, Q Miller, and Michael Fowler.
Bonomo again squeaks through a hole as he gets up to midfield and will move the chains for the Vikes.
Bonomo, one of the biggest surprises in the Pac-10 this year.
Perk Valley trying to get some momentum back, and man, they don't want to turn it back to Pottsgrove on offense. Stewart spun around the line of scrimmage.
Man, helmets are flying out.
Yeah. Sete Polamalu. Well, we got to see what he looked like there. That was his lid that rolled away.
Good-looking young man. Got all his looks from his mother, of course.
Uh-huh.
And the brain. He's a 4.0 student. His brother Micah making us Pac-10 proud at the Naval Academy. And, of course, the aforementioned Terrell Chestnut playing Division I football, the starting nickelback for West Virginia, a ranked team.
Wow. Here goes Bonomo with another head of steam inside the 45-yard line. Tackled by Anthony Patrick Finnegan. Also, you know, it's hard to tell, Bernie. We're not getting the right numbers because they're wearing the pink jerseys, so some of them are a little different from what we see here. Pass out in the flat to Clanigan. And Clanigan has a Perk Valley 1st down.
And they also have a lot of weapons. Clanigan, Domini, Bonomo, McKnight, Stewart. Perk Valley, a Class 4A school. And by the way, they lose points tonight, even if they win, by playing down to a AAA team. They lose 20 points.
Bonomo heading for the sidelines. Finally pulled down inside the 20-yard line. Looked like Dukes on the tackle.
A coach's job is to create mismatches. That's what Scott Reed and his spread offense do. They spread you out. They take advantage of spacing. They get athletes like Bonomo isolated on those outside backer strong safeties, and Bonomo with blistering speed.
Stewart's going to keep this one himself. Using his blockers, still spinning. Down close to the 5-yard line.
Body punches. These two teams both showing championship pedigree, and they just keep body punching each other. And with a $1:24 till halftime and a timeout on the field, this is a critical possession.
Perk Valley is going to get a 2-for-1 here. They're going to get the ball to start the second half as well. Yep, Falcons on top by 7. Perk Valley hoping to change that. You're watching Pac-10 football on the PCTV Network.
Calm down. It's okay. Give me 5 again. Come on. Rub it off.
All right.
All right, here we go. Give her a hand. Let's make some noise for it. Big money. Big money. All right, baby. Big money. All right. That's a healthy spin. That's a nice spin. 50, 200. That 300 is coming. It's coming. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, my goodness.
Here we go. First 300. Stop. 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 Oh! 300. That's all you. Oh. All right. All right.
There we are. Hey, Deb. That's Deb Tellis on the sidelines. Doing a fine job as always.
The Warrior. Our Christian Warrior on the sideline.
First and goal, Stewart slips as he gets to the line of scrimmage. Brennan is there, as was Patrick Finn, who's been very busy.
You know, Al, when both of these teams are on the field in this shotgun, shotgun formation, you have a Wildcat every play.
Yeah.
They both can throw, they both can run. I never liked the Wildcat when you just put a running back there. Everyone knows it's going to be a run. But Stewart is a double-edged sword.
He's going to chuck it. Knocked down again at the line of scrimmage. I think that's a third bat down, and it was Brennan.
A little surprised at the call. A football field is 55 yards wide. Philosophically, you're running the spread offense. That's the second time now that he's thrown the football, Michael Vick style, right into a host of pink jerseys. He is very fortunate not to get an interception. How about a jump ball to Domini, isolated on Fowler over here?
How about a quarterback draw? That's what Stewart does. He's down close to about the 1, but that will bring up 4th down.
And with 40 seconds left, you don't want to give Pottsgrove any time on the clock. You let it wind down, and the first key decision, Scott Reed, if you're down on the 1 yard line, I think you got to take a shot on the road playing for a title. Got to take a shot at a touchdown.
Oh, absolutely. I think they're going to let the clock go down, then call timeout.
This is going to be a gigantic play to end the first half. And they take the timeout with 11.6 seconds remaining. For our fans out there, you want to check us out on the PCTVNetwork.com. Just Google PCTV Pottstown. You get our program schedule. Matt Wagner and Marilyn do a great job with that. You can check all 3 channels, 22, 28, 98. All the shows that are on. The Halloween Parade will be on this week. And we're also streaming on the internet, the PCTVNetwork.com. I have friends on the West Coast watching all these games.
Wow.
I can come over and hook your laptop up to your flat screen.
There you go.
I got duct tape. I got super glue. We can do this.
All I need is a flat screen and a laptop. And I'm in good shape.
Now, that ball is closer than I realized. It looks like it's about a foot for a touchdown.
Yeah.
I'm thinking quarterback up under center. They're going to go shotgun.
Wow.
I'm going to give Stewart some space, get him wide, get him outside in space.
Stewart will hand off, and an easy touchdown for Perk Valley. They handed it off to Martise Ray.
Man.
Didn't expect him to carry it.
Martise Ray, the doctor of defense, comes in and plays a little offense too. That's why Scott Reed's coaching, and I'm up in the booth announcing. I would not have expected that play.
No, nope.
And maybe a play to decide a title type implication. You give the ball to the guy who has not had a lot of touches.
Man, both teams have just been answering the other team's scores with gutsy calls of their own. What a game so far.
That Pottsgrove defense, like air traffic control, they're so talented in the secondary. You got to attack that front 7, that front 8, and now you can't go to sleep here with 7.0 seconds. You don't want to kick the ball deep to somebody like Fowler, the top returner in the league. Just a little squib kick off to the side. I think Pennypacker will be happy to go into halftime tied Al, you could not have asked for better action for a game that could ultimately decide the title.
Yeah, I'd kick it straight out of bounds.
Well, then they could decline, or they could make you kick it again, take the penalty.
Well, that's true.
See, the Swami's always
Yes.
okay? A lot of people gave me, a little bit of negative feedback. They said Pottsgrove's going to blow them out, Pottsgrove by 2 touchdowns, and that could happen in the second half. But I think, like Coach Pennypacker said, this is one of the better teams he's seen in recent years in the Pac-10. Perk Valley is a fundamentally sound football team, and they showed up on the road, all tied 21 at halftime.
Davis with a line drive. And he went down to one knee, did Quadier Miller, so, oh no, Jalen Mays.
4.1 seconds remain.
Time for one more play. You'd think that Pottsgrove won't take any chances here.
Want to send a shout out to a potential opponent of Pottsgrove in the AAA playoff. Former player of mine, Eric Zippe, has his Simon Gratz team 8-0.
Wow.
And they are right there with Archbishop Wood to see who will come out of District 12 Philadelphia AAA to see who could potentially play Pottsgrove in the playoffs.
And it's going to be the genuflect, and we will have halftime. Well, it's going to be a tough act to follow that first half. We'll see if they can do it, though. Stay with us.
Meet Joe Can Do That. Joe Can Do That can fix anything. He can fix your car. He can fix your vacuum cleaner. He can even fix your electrical problems. But do you really want him to? Call Gehringer Mechanical today for all your electrical needs. Joe Can Do That does.
Is this where you buy comics?
Kid, this isn't a library. Hit the road.
You should go to Humongo Comics. Hundreds of comic titles from major and independent publishers.
Humongo Comics.
Manga, graphic novels, gaming, collectibles, and the best selection of anime DVDs in the area for rent or to buy.
Humongo Comics. Coventry Square, across from the Coventry Theater, Pottstown.
Hey, Bob. What's got you down?
I just can't seem to find a pharmacy that's right for me.
Grab your cap. I'm taking you to Professional Pharmacy.
At Professional Pharmacy, we're open and able to fill prescriptions 365 days a year and accept most insurance plans. Our professional staff offers individualized assistance with a variety of services, and we're the largest medical equipment provider in the area.
Professional Pharmacy is awesome.
And I love your new cap.
Pottstown Cash Traders, located at 232 High Street, Pottstown, PA, 610-705-0304. Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturdays, 10 to 4. Do you have items in your home that you're not using or just collecting dust? We buy things for cash. Cash for gold, musical instruments, tools, electronics, CDs, DVDs, and items of value. Highest cash paid. We are always buying and selling. We also buy gold, diamonds, and silver for cash. eBay services are available. Pottstown Cash Traders, located at 232 High Street, Pottstown, 610-705-0304.
Tired of the same old pizza shops and restaurants? Come bring the whole family for an experience unlike any other. Where else can the kids sail on one of 2 pirate ships and play with SpongeBob or Elmo in our 6,000 square foot family fun center while enjoying the area's best pizza, pasta, cheesesteaks, hoagies, salads, and much more from our huge menu? We pride ourselves in making everything from scratch and using only the finest ingredients. Book your birthday party or rent our banquet room that seats up to 50 people. Come try the boardwalk, where we bring the beach to Pottstown.
And first half stats, it's been a busy half offensively.
And spectacular from a fan's point of view. punch, counter punch to arguably the two best teams in the league. A lot of Springford fans actively watching this game, hoping for a Perk Valley win, which could necessitate or create a three-way tie next week. Balance, balance, balance. They're body punching each other. Champions respond to adversity. It's pretty exciting to know that the championship of the Pac-10 could come down to the second half tonight.
All right, we'll have your second half kickoff coming up right after this.
Meet Joe Can Do That. Joe Can Do That can fix anything. He can fix your car. He can fix your vacuum cleaner. He can even fix your electrical problems. But do you really want him to? Call Gehringer Mechanical today for all your electrical needs. Joe Can Do That does.
Hey, welcome to the press box.
My younger partner, Al Ganoza, ABC anchor. But pretty exciting, the new PCTV network. We want to make sure everyone out there is aware. Winter sports just around the corner. If you'd like to advertise your business on the PCTV network, you can just email me or contact me on Facebook. My name's Bernie Gallagher. This is Al Ganoza. We'll make your business grow. We'll even bring the coffee and donuts out on a Saturday, talk to you about an advertising package.
Or send me $100 and I'll mention it on the air without.
That works too.
All right, we'll be right back. We promise with the second half right after this.
Nothing could be finer than eating at the new VIP Diner. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, or a midnight snack, the food and service at the new VIP Diner will have you coming back. Now that's my story, and that's a fact. The new VIP Diner is definitely back.
Joe's All-American Pub, located at 519 Pikeland Village Square, just off Route 113 in lovely Kimberton. Joe's All-American Pub has all the ingredients for a great night out. Just stir in a great cuisine, season it with an awesome dining atmosphere, and finish it off with your family and friends. At Joe's All-American Pub, family-owned and operated. Make your next night out at Joe's All-American Pub.
Hi, I'm Joe DePaul, owner of Joe's All-American Pub. Come to Joe's. We'll make sure we'll treat you better than the average Joe.
And we are back. Glad you're joining us. Pottsgrove will be kicking off to Perkiomen Valley. There's Don Seeley and Dave Kurtz comparing notes. About what? I don't know.
They're talking about Andy Reid and his new defensive coordinator.
Now, I know what they're doing. Like Dave said, all right, Don, you or I are going to go up and ask Bernie how we should cover this game.
We want to thank the guy who's become our partner up here, Len Bartasevich, the Pottsgrove Falcon cameraman. Nice guy to talk to. Again, Hospitality Award finalist, Boyertown, Upper Perk, Pottsgrove, but Pottsgrove might have the edge this year. Dorenzo's where he looks good in pink.
He does. He gave the Gettysburg Address before the game.
And we want to thank Boardwalk Pizza, Travis and his lovely wife, just making us feel very welcome. They sent a smorgasbord of their wonderful food over here. And any Pac-10 player who goes to Boardwalk Pizza in North Coventry, next to the Norco Firehouse, just tell them you play Pac-10 football and you get some free pizza.
Devon Mitchell. And taken down by Montel Young, who's had a busy night on special teams.
Well, here we go, a high-octane offense with Rashawn Stewart, a guy who loves to dance and hurdle over piles. Talking to Dave Rominski, Yesterday, one of the top referees in Pennsylvania, he said they've had increased awareness of the hurdling, so he's got to be careful of that. That is a 15-yard penalty. Well, you can relate when you were hurdling over the police barricades at the 4th of July picnic.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. He is wide open. Devon Mitchell. And they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Perk Valley, first play of the second half.
A terrific throw. He puts the air under it. That's called zero coverage. It's lockdown, man-to-man coverage with no safety help over the top. Pottsgrove puts a lot of pressure on their athletes. They take the 3 cats back there, Miller, Mays, and Fowler, and say, lock down, cover that. You take Dominique Fowler, the best receiver in the league. You get no help over the top. This allows them to put 8 in the box to stuff the run. Notice Stewart's had a little congestion while running. The extra point is good. But this is what happens. What a spectacular start to the second half. And Devon Mitchell just does not get enough credit, one of the top players in the league, but they have so many weapons. We saw Mitchell a few weeks ago against Phoenixville. This kid is very fleet-footed, and it's just a perfect toss by the quarterback. Stewart, a double-edged sword, 1,000 yards passing, 1,000 yards rushing coming into this game. Now we'll see the punch-counter punch.
Yeah.
Pottsgrove's been here before. They were down to Methacton. They were down to Pottsgrove. Perk Valley's matching them point for point. A ground level look again. Little bit of a stumble. You always tell your defense, watch the first play after a turnover, watch the first play of the game, watch the first play of the second half. Often a coach will come out of the locker room and decide to go up top. I'm surprised they were in zero coverage. That I would normally have free safety help on the first play of the second half. There's our standings, the all-important loss column. You can see what happens here. It's not too hard to figure out. If Perk Valley beats Pottsgrove and then Springford gets a redemption as we get a kickoff return up the left sideline by Q Miller, then Springford would get a second chance to then defeat Perk Valley. You would have a 3-way share of the championship. And let us not forget, Pottsgrove still has to play a up-and-coming Phoenixville team who has 2 losses there, you can see. And Phoenixville and Pottsgrove, of course, played 2 times last year, the second time for the District 1 title.
Well, the Falcons get their first chance on offense. They will come out in the I formation with Brennan and Dukes behind Hudgens. Hudgens will keep it. And he is taken down by Anthony Rotunda. Very
there
nice
he is.
Open field tackle.
Going for PAC10 title number 8 in his sights, but a major obstacle in the way, and he has what a staff. Coaches Tomaso, Hawthorne, Bradford, Engstrom, Aljo, Herring, the Hammer, Ford, and Moser. There's Scott Reed, and what a staff he has as well with coaches Basile, Young, Heist, and Connolly.
Pick up about 3.5, maybe 4. This time they're going to try the right side. And it's Brennan getting stood up and pushed back. A lot of guys in there. Denny Light.
And Polamalu comes out of the pile with a football.
No gain on that one. 3rd down and 6.
So a little bit of a surprise. You wonder if Brennan is hurt. He's standing on the sidelines over here near Coach Pennypacker. Maybe he's in the doghouse.
Yeah.
Ooh, you don't want to be there. You could be in the bad chair in his office on Monday. So Polamalu will step in and play some fullback for the Falcons.
Hudgens hands to Dukes. Dukes trying to power ahead for the first down. He's not going to get there. Anthony Gans into the tackle. It's going to be a punting situation for Pottsgrove.
And now there's the aforementioned hurdle. You're allowed to hurdle over your own player, but as long as a defender has if a defender has 1 foot on the ground, you are not allowed to hurdle over him. But you can hurdle over your teammate. And then, of course, like you at the 4th of July picnic, you did hurdle those police barricades.
Yes.
When they were chasing you and you got away.
Yes, I did. Fowler with a left-footed high play. He's got good height on his punts. That one takes a good bounce. And he's down to the 31-yard line. Now, Perk Valley has scored the last 2 touchdowns of the game. They will have the ball, 1st and 10, when we come back.
Hi, I'm Patrick Gilbert.
And I'm Mike Hinkle. Over the past year, our more to like philosophy has continued to bring more new Subaru buyers to our doors.
Customers tell us they appreciate we offer more savings, more selection, and more value with every new Subaru we sell.
So if you're in the market for a new Subaru, stop by and get that more to like feeling too.
Welsh Subaru, Limerick.
Online at welshsubaru.com.
And our stat man, Rion Astheimer, says that Stewart with 135 yards passing. They get 5 yards on that one, 1st down run.
Now they're going to slow things down a little bit with the lead, not going hurry up.
Bonomo has been running with an attitude today and has some more tough yards, 3 yards on 2nd down. And we'll bring up 3rd down at about 2. Stewart's going to keep it this time, lowers the head. Does he get to the 1st down marker? He is going to be very, very close.
Now we are blessed to have the Falcon in the booth with us, doing a lot of push-ups this year, team averaging almost 50 points per game.
Wow.
Those triceps are starting to get pretty developed. That's what that high-octane offense.
Whoa, and the 6-pack. First down and 10 for the Vikes. Yeah, the Falcon's a busy person. Stewart's going to hand to Bonomo. Bonomo, as usual, breaking the first tackle, lunges ahead up close to midfield.
Al, you got to admit a real credit to both coaching staff. Penalties kept at a minimum. What a surprise. Penalties kept to a minimum, the 2 teams contending for the title.
Again, number 33 blasts it right up the middle. He's going to have another 1st down. Bonomo listed at 5'7", 166 pounds. He is a junior. And he has had a good night. That looks like they're going to measure.
I want to thank our PCTV guy stepping up, big for us in the clutch, Joe Motzer, working with the crew tonight. He said to keep an eye on Al.
That's 1st down. 1st down for the Vikes. If they can punch it in here and shave some more time off the clock, it'll make it tougher on Pottsgrove.
Yeah, talked to Scott Reed today. His philosophy is literally a dichotomy in that they go hurry up, no huddle when in the flow of a normal game. But when they get the lead, they slow things down a little bit and try to grind it out with Bonomo.
And there he goes again, and he breaks 2 tackles that time. Just slides right off him.
It seems like they just can't get a square hit on this kid.
Yeah.
He's a slasher and a bruiser, and he has that lateral dexterity. He can cut on a dime. It's tough to get a good stick on him. Normally they play with a sense of urgency, but now you can see they're on the road. They're taking the crowd out of it. They're slowing things down. They got 28 points on the board, and there's a timeout on the field.
The men in pink will take a timeout. It is 2nd down and about 8 for Perk Valley when we come back.
Meet Dan and his dog Bongo. They started their own dog biscuit company, but Dan wanted more. So Dan worked with Fast Signs. They created a plan to attract more customers, get more business, wag more tails. Still, Dan wanted more, and Fast Signs provided more. Fast Signs help with digital displays, mobile marketing, merchandising, fleet graphics, and more. Now Dan has more sales, more locations, more of the good life. And more is exactly what Fast Signs delivers. More than fast, more than signs, more than 530 locations worldwide.
Tom and Karen Reed had a chance to meet with them this past week and did a commercial. I'm looking seriously at a Honda. I think I'm going to pull the trigger on a Honda.
There you go. Tom will set you up for a great deal down there.
Yeah. Stewart found some opening. Has a first down, taken down at about the 36-yard line, tripped up by Adams. That's right. I'm looking at the Subarus also.
Yeah, you'd look good in one. Either, really.
Thank you.
Boy, you know, another first down. They're moving the sticks. They're burning the clock. You can't let Stewart do his magic. Pottsgrove defense looks on their heels a little bit.
There's Bonobo flung backward. Good upper body strength there by Zach Birch.
Nice to see Birch playing. He was listed as a game-time decision coming into the game. There's some high-tech stuff going on the sideline down there. That'd be our buddy Phil from Boyertown.
Philomena. No gain, second down and 10. Stewart wants to chuck it, has it made over the middle. Devon Mitchell can't hang on, or that would have been 6.
Well, these are the little things. You get a champion on the ropes and you could knock him out with another touchdown or two. That's a touchdown, and you don't see Mitchell drop many. He's a fine athlete. The ball was placed right where it had to be. Now it's 3rd and 10, and 5:57 remaining in the third quarter.
Stewart is going to go over the middle again. This time he wanted Flanagan, and it is incomplete.
Again, talking to Coach Reed this week, one of the things they wanted to do with their receivers was Pottsgrove's in so much man-to-man, we want to run some crossing routes. Guys can bump into each other. It can't be intentional, but obviously some of these crossing routes are creating space, allowing his athletes to get in situations where they can make plays. I like this call here. You're on the 35, you're up 7, you're on the road, pin them down. Pottsgrove choosing to not even put a player back to fair catch the punt. I don't like that.
Oh my, that's perfect. That is out of bounds around the 1-yard line.
That's what happens when you don't fair catch on the 10-yard line. We're going to take a break. You're watching PAC10 football on the PCTV Network.
I want a professional heating company with heating and cooling service plans.
A company that considers my needs.
I want the security of price protection plans.
Along with 24-hour emergency service and heating oil delivery.
I want comfort.
I want Ollard Brothers.
Ollard Brothers, still family and still local. Ask about our America-friendly and environment-friendly agri-fuels, bioheat, and biodiesel.
When it comes to heating
and the environment,
there's only one choice.
Thanks, Ollard Brothers.
First down run. Nets maybe a half yard. It was actually down to the 2. What a job by the punter, Brett Davis.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. Coach Tommaso is so proficient on special teams through the years. I returned punts in college for Westchester, and we used to practice all the time. You'd never fair catch inside the 10-yard line, but you stand on that 10-yard line, it's a wall. That ball in the air hit on the 10-yard line. Pottsgrove should have the ball on the 10.
Hudgens will keep it, try to squeeze out a couple more yards. Maybe he gets up to the 5.
So cause and effect, if they get a 3 and out here, you punt out of your own end zone, which is dangerous. And then Perk Valley, with their high-octane offense, could get the football out around the 40-yard line. Pottsgrove seems a little listless to start the second half.
Yep.
The crowd is sitting on their hands. It's the first time all year, with the exception of the Methacton and a little bit of the Pottstown game, that they're seeing they look a little human.
Third down about 8. I'd be shocked to see this ball up in the air. Here goes Dukes around the left side, close to a first down. I think he got it.
It's going to depend on the spot, and if they get it, that's a big first down. These are the little things that make the big differences. They're breaking contain that he has bounced outside over the left side numerous times. So Martise Ray and the outside backer on that side, as fine of an athlete as they are, they're getting a little nosy. You can't lose contain against a running back the caliber of Dukes.
Huge first down. Still not in great field position, but at least they can breathe a little bit. What happened there?
Hudgens kept the ball and fell down.
That's what I thought.
A lot of the people thought it was a handoff off left tackle. It was supposed to be a quarterback bootleg.
Oh, he slipped.
And, you know, if you're familiar with this turf, and I am very familiar with this turf, it's a sea of shale underneath. It might look nice, but it is not nice. You get the slightest amount of moisture, and the sod just gives way in a heartbeat. There are a lot of coaches who are very appreciative that Pottsgrove does not play on turf.
Hudgens back to pass. Somehow gets away from the tacklers, turns it upfield. Pulled down. Nice open field tackle there again by Mike Ryder, who's had a big game. Back to the about the original line of scrimmage.
They are fortunate that it was not a safety. He's back there right around the goal line. The escapability factor, there are a lot of quarterbacks who would have been sacked on the 1 yard line. He does well to get out to the original line of scrimmage.
Third down at about 11. Out of the shotgun. See if Hudgens passes. Flag comes in. And that can't be good news for Pottsgrove.
Dead ball. Offsides. Defense.
And as soon as I say that, it's bad news for Perk Valley. What did they line up in the neutral zone?
It appears so, and now you have a more manageable down and distance, third and about 7 or 6, and a guy like Torrey Hudgens can make it happen. Now here's where I felt if they want to compete, Pottsgrove, with Archbishop Wood of the world, they've got to be able to throw the ball in a situation like this.
They will not. They will hand it to Dukes. Boy, that depends on the spot.
That was Brennan, I believe.
See where they spot it. Yeah. Man, they eyeballed that and called first down.
They put bodies on bodies, and notice it's the right side again. And notice that a very large number 78, Madison O'Connor, first team All-State, 6'6", 335, is laying on top of someone.
Wow, they got a good spot on that one. Hudgens will try to turn it upfield, and Perk Valley there to defense it. Najee Filion.
That was like a game of Battleship. They went tight trips to the right and tried to run that side, but Perk Valley, in their scheme, what they're doing is they're executing those run blitzes. They're blowing the play up at the line of scrimmage before it gets started. Again, tight trips to the right.
Hudgens immediately turns it upfield. Still going. Hudgens breaks free. It's going to be a foot race. Hudgens, easy out of bounds. No, touchdown. You got to be kidding me.
Perk Valley lucky they didn't get 15 for a late hit in the end zone. Just another brilliant chapter in a storied career of one of the top quarterbacks to ever come through this area. Unbelievable. Number 9 chasing him, Jamie Biddle, is a speed burner, and he can't bring him down. Stewart is lucky he didn't get flagged right there. There is a timeout on the field. Coach Pennypacker is saying the same exact thing. You are not allowed to hit a player after he crosses the goal line. That's a blown call by the referees.
How did they not tackle him here?
He is just a bruiser. He keeps those legs churning and chopping. He protects the football, holds it so high and tight as Preston Hamlet taught him back in the day, and he's fast with the football. Taillights are blinking. Touchdown Falcons, and not a real cerebral play by Rashawn Stewart.
$69-yard run. And the extra point is good. Wow. 98-yard drive. Ties it up.
Zimmer's Pets, Zimmer's Pets, Zimmer, Zimmer, Zimmer's Pets, 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 Zimmer's Pets, Zimmer's Pets, Zimmer, Zimmer, Zimmer's Pets.
Shop!
1:32 left to play, third period, and Pottsgrove will be kicking off.
And these cheerleaders, they're re-energized, as is the home crowd. But you said it, you know, for a quarterback, he runs like a fullback. He's like the Megatron of quarterbacks.
Yeah. And it's going to be a touchback, as Devon Mitchell had trouble getting that squibbler. Well, what a turnaround. Looked like Perk Valley was driving for a 2-touchdown lead, and suddenly we're tied at 28.
Well, the two R's, resolve and resiliency. Both of these teams have in their sights a share of the Pac-10 title. To reiterate what we said in the opening, a win tonight will clinch a share of the Pac-10 title. You control your own destiny. Both teams know if they win tonight and win next week, they are the undisputed Pac-10 champions.
Stewart's going to hand to, that is Kean McKnight. On the first down jet sweep. So he has about 5.5 yards.
And McKnight's got a lot of shake and bake in his arsenal. They just have so many weapons. Perk Valley, a larger 4A school district. Whoever wins tonight's game will get a gigantic amount of points, especially Pottsgrove, if they win.
Reverse to Clanigan. Oh, man, saving the day was Semi Polamalu, because that could have been big.
Well, Polamalu validates what I said in the first half. He stays home, alignment and assignment football. His responsibility is to make sure nothing comes back in the spread offense with all these Viking athletes. Polamalu, a high honor student, cerebrally just stays where he needs to be and makes an enormous play.
Stewart's going to hand to Bonomo. He has not been stopped consistently tonight. He won't be there either. He gets a first down for Perk Valley, a badly needed first down.
Tremendous job by this unheralded offensive line, and Bonomo gets all that yak, that yards after contact. He is no longer under the radar. Coaches all around the league talking about number 33 in a brown jersey, Bonomo, a dynamite running back.
Perk Valley not going to run another play, and we will see the end of the third quarter. Well, we end the quarter like we started it, tied. We'll be back with more after this.
Just down the street, there's a hardware store with great tools, products,
and expert advice.
we've got everything you need.
Because we know the community.
And we know our customers. So next time you have a home improvement project,
Drop by.
your local True Value hardware store.
True Value.
Start right.
Start here.
Your True Value expert is A.D. Moyer in Gilbertsville and Pottstown. On the web at admoyer.com.
Stone's Hearing Aid Service has been helping families for generations since the 1880s. Stop in or we'll come to your home for a free hearing test and evaluation. No charge. We offer entry-level to advanced hearing aids from leading manufacturers. And we're always the lowest price. Just compare. After we select the perfect hearing aid for you, we'll even provide you with a free trial. If you don't like it, we'll replace it. Stone's Hearing Aid Service is always available and provides service the way you want it.
First down run, they hand the ball to Bonomo, and he gets a tough 2.5 yards.
Yeah, he's a different kind of a running back in Viking country. We're used to, Tim Smith and Preston Faulkner, Derek Jones, Linwood Snowden, all these speed burners. He's a little more like a smaller version of Grant Wiley.
Pass out in the flats. They wanted Clonigan just a bit too far. And that's going to bring up third down at about 6.5, maybe 7.
Got a Grant Wiley update this week. Of course, Grant Wiley still holds the all-time record, 398 yards rushing in one game. Played for Perk Valley on their championship team under Scotty Furman. All-American linebacker at West Virginia. He's now a male model, and he even appeared, he played for the Minnesota Vikings also, but he appeared on All My Children.
Wow.
Kind of like you, Al.
Yes.
Male model. You know?
We have a flag. And we'll see. It's going to be 5 yards against PV. After a relatively penalty.
Ball start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, third down.
Perk Valley has had a couple penalties in the last couple of minutes. And that's going to make it third down at about 12.
Well, the big three, penalties, turnovers, and special teams, almost always decide a football game.
Stewart fires it deep, has Mitchell wide open down the sidelines. Oh, it's Dominy. I don't know how he got so wide open. And Dominy's slow getting up. First down, Perk Valley inside the 45.
Well, Dominic comes into tonight's game with 42 receptions, 681 yards, 16.2 yards per catch, 4 touchdowns, and a lot of times you just got to chuck it up and let an athlete like Clay Dominy go up and get it. And there's a stoppage of play. Will get a reverse angle. Stewart he knows when to put a little air under it because he knows what Dominy can do. We saw him against Phoenixville. This kid very proficient at going up and getting that jump ball. He's a possession receiver with speed. Getting a heavy look from college coaches and pass protection plus by that offensive line. Man, it is just body punching back and forth between two champions.
They hand to Bonomo right up the gut. Into the tackle was that Wickward?
Bonomo coming into tonight's game, number 8 in the Pac-10 in rushing, 691 yards, 7.4 yards per carry, and 6 touchdowns.
Stewart's going to keep it. Stewart plastered. And it's Brennan on doing the plastering.
He takes a licking and keeps on ticking, but I think what's happening schematically, number 32, Brennan, one of the top linebackers in the league, is spying, and you really have to spy someone who's an impact player like Rashawn Stewart. Everywhere he goes, this goes back in the sport of football to the 60s when Ara Parseghian and Notre Dame spied the Texas Wishbone offense. Brennan seems to be everywhere that Stewart is, and Zach Birch gets in on it as well.
And that will bring up fourth down. Looks like Perk Valley is going to punt the football.
Stewart on the ground, 854 yards, 8.2 per carry, 16 touchdowns. They're bottling him up a little bit inside.
That's what Perk Valley did last time, and it worked out for him. This time, Pottsgrove sent somebody back.
And Fowler wisely lets it bounce. Good play.
And it will be Pottsgrove football on their own 20, 9:43 left to play in regulation. We'll be right back.
Try not to forget that he's my whole world, not just another kid with a cough.
Explain things in terms I can understand, like I do with my customers.
At our age, we confuse rather easily. To give me some credit, I'm doing the asthma action plan and rocking a 3.5 GPA.
Patients expect more from their healthcare experience. PMSI gets that. We give you the quality, compassionate healthcare that you expect and deserve. PMSI, for life.
First down run, Hudgens does well to get back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, the tackle made by Martise Ray and a couple other folks.
Nice to see Zach Birch, one of the captains, back in there at the center position. He did not play last week against Pottstown. Tom Safakis, the left guard, slid over to center, and Andre Smith did a nice job subbing in 1 week ago in the big win over crosstown rival Pottstown.
Third quarter yardage totals 332 for Perk Valley, 316 for Pottsgrove. And they tried to get some room for Dukes, but Perk Valley is there. And Perk Valley took the football, but it still be Pottsgrove ball.
They're exchanging pleasantries in the middle of the field. Probably Facebook addresses or things like that. Boy, you talk about no love lost between two teams. Next week on the PCTV Network, Al, I've seen a lot of rivalries through the years. O&J, Pottstown, Boyertown, Upper Perk, even St. Pius, Pottstown. I mean, but the fiercest, craziest rivalry I've ever seen is Springford and Perk Valley. Next week will be a war with the PAC10 title possibly hanging in the balance.
Hudgens is going to float it out for Dukes. Great defense by Perk Valley. Martise Ray comes up with a huge stop. Maybe the stop of the game, who knows?
With 8 minutes left in this football game, so much can happen, so many playoff implications. Pottsgrove wins, they clinch the #1 seed. If Pottsgrove loses, they still more or less are in the driver's seat for getting into the District 1 Class 3A. Perk Valley, a little more pressure with the big boys of 4A because you're competing with Springford. Next week's aforementioned game is like a playoff game because the winner of that game more than likely go to 4A playoffs.
Ryan O'Donnell returned to kick, and Perk Valley is going to have a short field. They will start at Pottsgrove's 48-yard line. First down pass, Stewart hits Clanagan in stride for a huge gain inside the 20.
A coach's job is to create mismatches. You have a tailback kind of an athlete in number 20 for Perk Valley, Dakota Clanagan, lined up on a hybrid strong safety, and that's what happens. That's a big play for the Vikings.
Bonomo tried to find some room, taken down by number 73, who's either Maxton Wickert or Dave Bialeski, because when they have these pink jerseys, they don't have their normal numbers.
And, of course, red zone efficiency, something we talked about in the pregame. You get in the red zone, you don't want to implode, you want to explode. Even a field goal here could win the PAC-10 title.
Pass out in the flats to Clanagan, taken down rather abruptly by Seni Polamalu.
Seni Polamalu, perhaps more physical than his older brother, Micah Polamalu. Man, that's every defender's dream. Have that guy come out of a spin move and you just plant him.
Second down at 8. The ball is at the 15. Stewart's going to turn it upfield. Stewart's going to get maybe 3 yards. They said the ball is loose. The referees say it's down.
And that was a third down play. So now you got to decide. When we look at the replay, Coach Reed has to decide we want a field goal that could win the title. I'm a little surprised that they are going to go for it on 4th down rather than take the field goal. It would be a 30-yard field goal.
Stewart fires it over the middle. It's caught. It is caught by Clonigan, depending on where they spot it. Man, that's close. That is close.
They're going to probably have to measure. These are the types of plays that decide championships.
Yeah, that's a heck of a... You can't eyeball that one.
You know, and again, just beg to differ. Number 19, Brett Davis, a fine kicker for the Vikings. It would have been a 30-yard field goal. He certainly has the leg. And then here you can see on the replay, the spot is critical. And it's right where that ball was when the knee touched down. Here's the measurement.
Pottsgrove football.
Red zone efficiency. You come away with 0 points.
Of course, here's the downside of it. You have the ball on your own 8. You're the type of offense that needs 5 minutes, 46 seconds at least to score, so you got to get a first down or 2.
And Perk Valley's had some success bottling things up, tackle to tackle, by stemming those defensive linemen, moving them side to side prior to the snap of the football, and then those 5 linebackers, you never know which 2 are coming, but you get a run blitz on almost every play.
And you got to take care of the football. Hudgens will hand to Dukes. I'm sorry, Brennan slides up over the 10 to maybe the 12. Going to give him 4 yards. And the clock running inside 5:30.
We talked a lot about Pottsgrove's defense. This Perk Valley defense among the top 3 in the league as well. A lot of hybrid athletes, especially those linebackers, can run to the football.
Hudgens will keep it. Hudgens with a nice cutback. Hudgens hanging that ball out there. Wow. He's got to tuck that thing in there. It's up to the 26th first down, Pottsgrove.
Pottsgrove ball carriers through the years adopted the Preston Hamlet style, the Tiki Barber style, high and tight to the center of your chest so you can't get stripped. He is a very fortunate young man,
I'll say,
that someone did not come in and club that football out. You're talking about the game hanging in the balance with 4:42 and remaining.
He's carrying that thing like it's the Olympic torch. Fowler thrown down by Ray. I'm sorry, not Martise Ray, that's Najee Filial.
Fowler just doesn't get enough touches, in my humble opinion, for whatever it's worth. He's the top return man in the league. He's the best lockdown corner in the league, one of the top wideouts. He's coming off the field right now. I would love to see him touch the football 15 to 20 times. I guess that's how good Dukes is.
4:06 left to play, 4th period.
They trade the tight end.
Hudgens will keep it. Hudgens tackled by Mike Reiner. And will bring up 3rd down. 3rd down at about 3.5.
They just grind it out, and Hudgens is in perpetual forward motion. You know, a body in motion is, what's the old physics law? A body in motion remains in motion unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. Sometimes that unbalanced force acts on Hudgens, but he manipulates his body to avoid it, and amazingly keeps his feet. The kid has tremendous balance. Here's a big play.
They're down at about 3. Somebody wants a timeout. I think it's Coach Pennypacker. Our telecast tonight directed by Konstantin Gustelis. And our assistant director is Marilyn Miller. Camera 1 up here in the booth, Dave Oxenford. Got a chance to meet his nephew Ryan again. See him again, Ryan Oxenford. Camera 2, Matt Wagner. He's a principal in the Pottstown School District. Big player here in the 90s for Coach Pennypacker. There we are.
We got cameras everywhere.
Yep.
So much pressure on this front 8 of Perk Valley, and in recent weeks, Tony Pacella, Danny Light, Nadre Filia playing so well, Don Lupacchino, Debbie Kellis, outstanding members of our crew, Joe Motzer.
They're down and just a hair less than 3 in graphics, Carly Tellis. Looked like a first down run there by Hudgens as he gets up to the 37. And it is a first down, starting from their own 8.
A lot of the defenders thought Brennan had the football. You just cannot appreciate how easy it is to fumble on the triple option, and Torrey Hudgens just does not fumble, knock on wood. He executes the option better than Terrell Chestnut.
Brennan plowing ahead. As looked like the Vikes were pulling for the football. They couldn't get it.
And Al, that's a high compliment to be compared to a primetime Division I football player at West Virginia.
Yeah.
Now, of course, Chestnut was a better athlete, let's not lie, but Hudgens' execution of the triple amazing. The all-important loss column, looks like we could go overtime.
I think we are.
Or a late touchdown could win the game, but there you go. Both teams undefeated, controlling their own destiny. You win the night, you win next week, you're the undisputed Pac-10 champion.
Here goes Hudgens off the left side. At this rate, you're not going to be able to grind it out and score within the time frame. Looked like it was Jamie Biddle on the tackle.
But Al, it just seems like about every 5 times Hudgens touches the football or keeps it, he's running downfield, dancing in the end zone. So you can guarantee that the spoke, the periphery of the Perk Valley defense, you got to play a little situational football here. I don't mind if they move the sticks again, but you can't let Mr. Hudgens be dancing in that end zone.
Pottsgrove not really hurrying. Hudgens throwing it deep, has a man out there, incomplete. Stewart on the coverage. And the Pottsgrove receiver, I can't tell who it is. Well, it's Quadier Miller.
Q Miller is down. Miller may have fallen on his shoulder, and Stewart is slow to get up. Gotta like the call. Go up top. Why not? With a $1:35 left, take a shot. You got a great kicker in Klinger. A field goal could win the Pac-10 title. Offensive line gives them plenty of time. Hudgens has a strong arm. He just has not been able to hone that skill because they've not needed to throw the ball much.
Officials timeout for whatever reason.
That's an equipment because Q's jersey is over his shoulder pad.
Oh.
Showing off them guns.
Yeah.
Like you know. You can roll them sleeves down now.
I did. I'm cold.
Your polyester pants.
Second down and 10. Hudgens going to keep it. Hudgens down the sidelines. Hudgens inside the 10. Touchdown, Pottsgrove. Oh, my goodness.
Fantastic job by the offensive line. And what did I just say about 2 minutes ago? You've got to know this kid's an impact player. For 3 years, he has been doing this to people. He has blistering speed, a vapor trail up the right sideline that could be looked back upon in this season as the play that won the Pac-10 title, eerily similar to Polamalu going up that right sideline about 5-6 years ago against Perk Valley to win the Pac-10 title. Unbelievable. Ground level reverse. The wide receivers stay on their blocks so well. Stewart cannot get a hand on him, got a little nosy. These are fine athletes trying to run him down. That's Martise Ray, got to him, but a little too late. This game's not over yet. Perk Valley with that high-octane offense, they get a $124. And why not one look from our Sky Cam in the end zone. Look at Madison O'Connor pancaking people, planting them down on the turf of Falcon Stadium. And this kid with blazing speed, the ball just over the pylon. Oh man, Al.
I don't know what took the ref so long to signal touchdown. Dramatic effect. All right, here comes the extra point. And it's good. So Pottsgrove on top, 35-28. We'll have their kickoff coming up right after this.
For over 50 years, O'Donnell Weiss & Mattei has helped our clients resolve a wide variety of legal challenges. OWM Law provides legal representation to clients throughout southeastern Pennsylvania. Our attorneys and our highly trained support staff utilize the latest technology and resources available to satisfy the needs of our clients. O'Donnell Weiss & Mattei, delivering the highest level of professional service, conveniently located with offices in Pottstown and Phoenixville.
1:24 left to play, and we'll see what Perk Valley can do with it.
Well, here you go. It's surprisingly, again, Klinger not kicking off. Fowler seems to have increased his leg strength or technique, kicking the ball down inside the 10-yard line. But the one chink in the armor, extra point seems to have been fixed, is their kickoff coverage team. And it is a major concern of the coaching staff. Talking to Jim Algio Jr. during the week. They have worked hard on this. Let's see what happens.
This is Keen McKnight. And the referee gets him out of bounds around the 38-yard line.
And excellent starting field position for the Vikings with the ultimate weapon, number 11, Rashawn Stewart, a double-edged sword. He's going to be running around in space, chucking and ducking and trying to make this thing interesting with 1:13 left. Oh, we got an uncovered receiver over here and an injured Falcon. See if they can exploit it.
Stewart taking his time, floats it. It is. Is it intercepted? How about a signal? They don't know.
Q Miller with an excellent play. Did the ball touch the ground or did he get his hands underneath it? From that angle, it looked pretty good. I don't know if we get a reverse angle.
I don't think they saw it.
And the referees are confused on the field. Someone's got to step up and make the call. He looks like he got the hands underneath it and rolled over. That's a good call by the refs.
And it's intercepted. It's going to be Pottsgrove football. Somebody apparently saw it. Scotty is upset. I got to say I can't blame him because I don't think anybody saw what happened.
Yeah, Scott Reed is rightfully so. He's upset because of the delay. If you're not 100% sure, you better have that conference, and it looked like no one wanted to make the call.
No.
You got three different guys from three different angles. It wasn't that hard to see. It looked like he had it.
I just don't think somebody saw it when it happened. I don't think any six of them know what actually happened. Here goes Dukes down the sidelines. Stewart not going to get him. It's going to be a touchdown. And they're going to call taunting, so that's going to come back. Dukes taunted him before he got in. That's going to negate the touchdown.
One of the most underrated skills in football is the stiff arm. Thought to be a lost start. He decelerates, taillights are blinking, he pushed up on his face mask. So I think you may see, there's the taunting. You may see a face mask call. Coach Pennypacker out past the numbers. He's going to have a little conversation with Dukes. Dukes is going to be, Dukes is on the bench. He's going to get a major talking to.
I thought that negated the touchdown now because he did it before he got in.
It's the call on the field. It almost looked like when he did stiff arm, it was incidental face mask. That's why I thought they might bring it back.
No, but they called on sportsmanlike conduct.
And Dukes, again, having a conversation with Coach Pennypacker. He'll be in the bad chair on Monday.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. That penalty will be taken on the kickoff.
Yeah, you don't do that in Falcon Nation. You check your ego at the door. Dukes is a nice guy, having a great season, but he lost his cool there for a minute.
Either way, touchdown or not, I think that would have iced the game. And it is now a 2-touchdown lead. The interception and then the big run. O'Reilly demoralized the Viking team. 54.4 seconds left. Pottsgrove sidelines a little jazzed up.
Coach Pennypacker, he's not celebrating anything right now. He's letting people know we have higher expectations on this football team, and he is fired up. And I'm glad to see it because it's no time to celebrate. You still have time left on the clock. You want to beat Archbishop Wood. You want to beat Westchester Henderson. You want to beat Phoenixville next week. You have to hold yourself to the highest level of expectation.
And flags down way behind the action.
Montel Young and a few of the Vikings getting into it over here. We have double penalty flags. Keep in mind the Falcons doing this without Marquise Bearfield, one of their top players. But nonetheless, with the game on the line and conceivably the Pac-10 title on the line, the Pottsgrove offensive line, time and time again, it's like a broken record
on the receiving
for
team.
The last 6 years.
15-yard penalty.
Ridiculous. They had
first down.
Undefeated runs through the 08 and 09 Pac-10. And then, of course, last year, Springford the champion. The year before, O&J and Boyertown shared the Pac-10 title.
Bernie, I just want to go back to that touchdown. I still think, and I think they got the rule wrong. I think when I'm just saying, that was my point. Stewart running. Like I said, I don't think it would have made a difference in the game. All right, Bernie, I got your point.
Al, I got to beg to disagree with you. I always thought if you taunted on the way in, the touchdown still counted, but you got a 15-yard penalty on the extra point. That was my understanding. Perk Valley no quitting them with 33.6 seconds remaining. People may look at the score tomorrow morning. 42-28. This was not a 42-28 football game.
Nope, this was close right up until, in fact, it looked like it was heading to overtime.
Perk Valley with the loss now, and appears they will lose. They know now that next week is a playoff game. and it will be on the PCTV network. Looked like they may have been thinking hook and lateral there, but they play a tough and angry Springford team.
Yep.
Their bitter arch rival, knowing that they're going to more or less need to beat Springford to make the playoff. If Springford wins tonight, and they should, and they lose to Perk Valley next week, they may have more power points. Pottsgrove gets a whopping amount of power points for beating a 4A team with 7 wins. You get 20 bonus points for beating a 4A team, then you get 70 extra bonus points. So Pottsgrove, I believe, clinches the #1 seed in District 1, Class 3A.
I didn't see who called timeout. 26.9 seconds left.
Uh-oh, a little Halloween type stuff going on here.
What's
By
that?
the way, tomorrow, Make a Difference Day. We'll be out breaking leaves on your mom's property.
Nice.
All right.
She'll be happy to hear that.
Next week, daylight savings time, and then, of course, Halloween next week.
Yep.
I'm going to show up at your house, you know, bald-headed school teacher.
There you go.
That'll be my costume.
Nobody will be home, but Stewart will hitch and go. And good defense by the Falcons. Dominated the intended receiver. And it looked like Fowler a little slow to get up.
What one of those mini matchups I talked about in the first half. What a pleasure it has been to watch arguably the top defensive back in the league in Fowler against arguably the top wide receiver in the league in Domini. Anywhere that Domini went to the bathroom at halftime and Fowler tried to follow him in the restroom. And he said, this guy gets on the bus, you go on the bus with him. So wherever Domini goes, Fowler goes. What a great strategic coaching move by the Pottsgrove coaching staff.
Stewart is taken down, and that should do it. Pottsgrove will take over, take a knee, and that will be it. Pottsgrove will have gone over yet another hurdle, but maybe the most difficult hurdle toward a Pac-10 title.
And no reason for Scott Reed or his team to hang their heads. There's a whole lot of football left to be played. They play their bitter rival again next week, Springford, and it's basically a playoff game. Pottsgrove with a big task too. Phoenixville really on the upswing, and for some reason down there, Phoenixville plays Pottsgrove tough and physical. Bill Furlong will have that team ready to rock.
The knee, and that is it.
Congratulations, the Pottsgrove Falcons officially clinch a share of the Pac-10 title.
Final score, Pottsgrove 42, the Vikings 28. Bernie and I'll be back to wrap it up after this.
Tired of the same old pizza shops and restaurants? Come bring the whole family for an experience unlike any other. Where else can the kids sail on one of 2 pirate ships and play with SpongeBob or Elmo in our 6,000 square foot family fun center while enjoying the area's best pizza, pasta, cheesesteaks, hoagies, salads, and much more from our huge menu? We pride ourselves in making everything from scratch and using only the finest ingredients. Book your birthday party or rent our banquet room that seats up to 50 people. Come try the boardwalk, where we bring the beach to Pottstown.
Why are people from as much as 40 miles away driving to downtown Pottstown to purchase their motorcycles? It's simple. KISS Cycles is over 99 years old. They've earned your trust and respect. You'll get a fair deal and a great service department too, second to none. You'll find a large inventory of new Honda and Royal Enfield motorcycles, scooters, and ATVs, and used units of any brand. And KISS Cycles has a financing plan to suit the budgets of all qualified buyers. KISS Cycles, 18 High Street, Pottstown, or check us out online at kisshondas.com.
Score with big savings at Saratoga Thriftway. Our large selection of food, drinks, and household items at great prices will keep you coming back. Stop by the deli and order a big party platter so you can be fully prepared for the big game. As always, our friendly staff and fast checkout will make your shopping experience quick and enjoyable. Our full-service U.S. Post Office allows you to finish all your errands in one place. Saratoga Thriftway is celebrating our 13th anniversary of serving the Tri-County area. So stop by and check us out so we can check you out.
And we're back here on the field. Ryan Astheimer with some stats. First of all, we're talking with Perkins Valley. You get 423 total yards, and you lose.
They're on the road. What a gutsy effort, an unheralded offensive line. Bonomo showed now why he's one of the top running backs in the league. Rashawn Stewart, by season's end, more than likely will be the league MVP. A defense that flies to the football. Scott Reed has to be so proud of this team in a place that's very tough to come away with a W. A tough loss. They come out in the second half. They're tied 21-21. The very first play of the second half, an 80-yard touchdown to Mitchell. Seemingly had grabbed control of this football game, but, they found out why Pottsgrove is Pottsgrove. Nonetheless, you have a really important game next week against your bitter arch rival Springford, a rigorous week of practice. Next week's game, which, by the way, will be on the PCTV Network, is more or less a playoff game. The winner of the Springford Perk Valley game next week going to the big dance.
Hudgens, we have him for 210 yards rushing. Pottsgrove with 462 total yards.
An extraordinary effort. And on the flip side of the scenario that I just described in the beginning of the second half developed and it was just kind of body punching each other back and forth. Pottsgrove finds themselves down. Champions respond to adversity. A 98-yard drive fueled by a long run by Hudgens. And then with the game tied with just a minute 24 left in the game, number 5, it's just ridiculous. This is a kid who last year, 30 touchdowns, 1,500 yards rushing at the quarterback position. And by the end of the day, Coach Pennypacker and his staff can look at the film and say, again, the offensive line led by the 335-pound All-State O'Connor, they just mauled people when they had to. Blistering speed by your quarterback. Dukes with another big game. That second wave of guys, Polamalu and Michaels and Fowler and Q Miller and Mays. What a football team. Pretty exciting. They clinched the number 1 seed, District 1 AAA. A tough game against Phoenixville on the road next week, but there's a lot of excitement here in Falcon Nation.
And once again, congratulations to Pottsgrove. Another jacket and another trophy for the trophy case. All right, that'll do it. Pottsgrove wins 42-28. For Bernie Gallagher, I'm Al Canosa, and for the entire PCTV crew, thank you for tuning in.